Hi guys, in my last video I showed you how to create a Bustier princess dart digitally using a completely free online pattern drafting software called Pattern Maker Pro. This is a continuation of that video. In this video I'm going to be showing you the part 2. That is, I'm going to be creating the back part of the Bustier princess dart digitally. The first video was getting too long, so I decided to make it a part 1 and a part 2. If you've not watched that video, I'll link the video right here. You can go ahead and watch it. Then you can come and watch this part 2. And so without wasting time, let's go. Hi guys, welcome to today's video. In my last video, I created this Bustier princess dart digitally. So before you go ahead and watch this video, you go and watch this particular video to see how I created this particular pattern, Bustier princess dart pattern, so that you can come and watch this one. This one is part 2 of that video on how you can create your Bustier princess dart digitally. There are a lot of videos online on how you can create a Bustier princess dart manually. I also have that video, which I will link below this video. So now for this to start on the back part of the Bustier princess dart, the very first thing you need to do, of course, just like this one, you get the midpoint of the armhole. This here is our midpoint, and we are supposed to draw this down like so to meet the bust line. This is the bust line. I showed you how I got all these reference lines in my video when I was creating or drafting this particular pattern. That is why I said go ahead and watch this before you come to watch this, because this is just a continuation of it. If you don't know anything about Pattern Maker Pro, if you came across this video, I have a lot of videos on my site introducing you to Pattern Maker Pro, an online completely free pattern drafting software. And when I mean free, it is completely free. There is no hidden charges. All you can do, maybe you can support them, but there is no hidden charges. And as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the, in fact, it's the only one I know that you can do 2D patterns digitally, free, without subscription. As far as I know. If you know of any other one, you can just drop a note below this video, then I can go check it out. But for now, this is the one that I know that is completely free. So the next thing we are going to do, after we found the center point of this, remember that if you're drawing a curve for the back part, you draw it like so. We are going to draw it to stop at this bust point. So what we need to do now is to create a point right here. You know that this is pattern drafting online. It's a little bit different from doing things manually. So what I want to do first, I'm going to create a point right here. To do that, we are going to first create a line, because we need an intersection at this line so that we can create a point. So we'll go to lines, add line, then we are going to select from here to this center point, then we are going to continue. So there's a line created right now, and we save it. So I'm going to go to points next, and I'm going to add point at intersection right here. And then I'm going to choose the two lines that intersect. I'm looking for this line, and I need this line. Be careful when you're choosing the line. It has to be the center one. You can expand it so that you choose the right line. That's the line. So that is the place I want a point to appear, and I'll do continue, and there we have our point, and I will save it. Let me reduce it back. So now we are going to be drawing the curve from here to stop at this bust point. But you know that if you do that, if you're adding this to this side will be shorter. So what we'll do, we are going to extend this point a little bit by 0.7 inches. But you find out that when you're using Pattern Maker Pro, it's either you make the points to be vertical or you make it to be horizontal. It must go on a straight line. But you see, this is not a straight line, as you can see. So the very first thing we need to do is to create a kind of reference line so that when we create our circle that will have the radius we want to move, there will be an intersection, just like we created an intersection right here. If it is confusing, please watch my videos on where I introduced you to Pattern Maker Pro. I will also put the link below this video in case this is the very first time you're coming across my channel. It will help you to understand all the terminologies I am using. So first, let us create a reference line that will cut across here. So we'll just go to lines. We are going to do add reference line, and we are going to start here. Select start point. Continue. Is it going to be horizontal, vertical? No, it's going to be on vector. You normally use that because we are not doing a straight or we're not doing a horizontal or a vertical line. So it's going to be on vector. So we are going to do continue. Select vector point is going this way. So I'll select this place, continue, and there is our line. And we'll save it. So then let us do 0.5 where we'll get the point right here. So we'll go to shapes, we'll go to add circle, and it will tell you select points for placement. This is where we want it to start. And then we'll continue, and then we'll add the radius. The radius is 0.5. It's 0.7. And we are going to enter. So that's the radius now. So we are going to save that. So now we are going to get a point at this intersection. So we are going to go to point, and we're going to go back to add point at intersection, and we are now going to highlight this, and we are going to highlight this. That is the intersection I want. We are going to continue, and we are going to save. So that is where I want it to be. So that is where our curve is going to start and end, right here. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to now create a curve that will start from here and end here. So we'll go to curves, add curve, select start point. My start point is here. Select end point. My end point is here. And I'm going to continue. Curve points will be more than 2 because it's quite long. I need to be flexible. I want to make it 4. Continue. So that is it. So that is the curve. So what I'm going to do now, just you click on all these green points to curve it the way you want, you know, so that it will look nice and curvy. To look nice and curvy. It must not be so curvy like this. Remember, this is the back. So just make it look curvy, but not so much. You know, something like that. Not so much. Okay. So now let's form another curve from here to here. But first, let us save this one. Save. Then we're going to form another curve from here, you know, to curve into this place. So we are going to go back to curves, add curve, and we are going to go from here to here. I'm going to continue. Curve points, I'm going to add about, let me make it 3. So I'm going to just bring that down. So the more you use Pattern Maker Pro, the more you continue to get used to it. Initially it looks difficult, but when you continue to use it, it will be okay. So that's it. Let me bring this a little bit down. So that's it. So that's the new point. It goes like this. It comes like this. Okay. I have gone ahead to draw the curve, to create a curve also, using the same method I used for this part of the pattern. As you can see, you just use the same method I used to create this curve for this part of the pattern. And I've gone ahead to add the 1 inch for this dot, and I've just added it here to make up for that. So now I'm going to solidify these pattern lines to actually show the different ways that you'll be able to cut it out. So all I need to do is to just create a line from here to here and a line from here to here. Let me enlarge it so that you see what I'm talking about. So we are going to solidify this line here and this line here. So we will just go to lines, add line, and we are going to move from here to here, and we are going to continue, and we are going to save. We'll do the same thing again from here to here. Here, continue, save. So you find that when you're cutting, when you finish downloading it as a PDF, when you're cutting this, it goes like this, comes to this side, goes like this, and goes like that. And when you're cutting this one, starts from here, goes like that, comes down here, goes like this. So that essentially is the pattern, believe it or not, for the back. The back doesn't have much problems, but you cannot download it like this, the back and front. We need to remove all these things we use to do our patterns, and we need to convert the curves to lines. As I said, and I'll repeat, you need to go back and watch my videos on how to use Pattern Maker Pro so that you understand what I'm talking about if you're interested in learning digital pattern drafting. So I'll go ahead and convert this to lines. It's very easy. Just go to curves, curve to line. Then to tell you to select the curve you want to convert, you go to all these curves. Like now, I want to convert this one, convert this one. You do it one by one. So once it is like that, you do continue. Keep the straight curve, keep curve shape. Yes, continue. So that has been converted to a line. You know that because all the green dots will be removed. So I'm going to convert all the curves to lines, and then I'm going to remove all these things, the circles. How do you do that? You go to layers, move items to existing layer, and then I'm going to select all these lines I don't need. Just select it. Once it turns green, it's selected. Select it all these lines. Select everything. Select the circles and all that I don't need. All the dots I don't need. All these other ones under here. Select everything and then continue. As I said, if you watched my video when I did this here, I went into it extensively, so I'm not going to do that right here. So I'll go ahead and select everything, and then we'll continue from there. So I have removed everything that needs to be removed, and this here is our fresh and clean pattern ready for download. And I've gone ahead to label it. This is the center front. This is the bustier pattern back, center back. So to be able to register each of your patterns, all you have to do is to go to utilities, go to add text, either add text between points or you do add text at points. Let's go to add text at point. I can just click anywhere. Let me click here. And then I can just click or anywhere here. Let me click here. Then continue, and then I'm going to write the text. So this will be bustier side front, and then we'll cut 2, and then we'll enter. Then if it is too big, like it's a little bit too big here, so we just reduce the font a little bit, so that's okay, and then we save. So that's it. Now you're done with this as it is. We can now go here to file, we go to export as PDF, we go to A4, and then be aware that the PDF will be all the geometry. Yes, okay. So it will be working out your output for you to be able to print. So here you can also show support. As I said, this is a free software, but you can also donate whatever you want to donate so that this software can continue to be online. So that's here is my PDF download, which I can click on it, and let's see what it looks like. Okay, so that is it. That is what it looks like. As you can see, this is what you're going to be putting together. Now, I have a video showing you how to put together PDF patterns that you download. That's all. As you can see, very short. If you don't remove all those things, you might end up having a lot of papers to put together. But as you can see, it's not so much. We don't have so much that we'll put together and we'll get our bustier. So in my next video, I'm going to put this together. Let me remove it. I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to see the fitting and show it to you. So with this, I've come to the end of this video. I hope you will try your hands on this. Initially, it looks a little bit difficult, but as I said, I took time, I went through the manuals, I was able to do this, and I know you can do this, you know. In as much as it is nice to use to do patterns manually, but we are in the computer age, so some of these things you can always learn it, and you have the opportunity to learn it completely free without even paying anything. So thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in my next video.